Guess what you're doing? You're watching the Political Vigilante. You want to know why you're doing it? You're smart. You're not getting your news from CNN or Fox or the liars at ABC or NBC or MSNBC. Well, I mean, if you want to get really good information from the intelligence community, the CIA, I would watch any of the NBC outlets. They seem to be doing a pretty good job with the CIA and the NSA. But you came here to YouTube. That's why you get your news here. My name is Graham Elwood. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, everybody that came out to the shows in Florida. You were fantastic. We have more progressive comedy tour shows coming in March. Ron Placone and I are going to the Gulf States. We're going to Lafayette, Louisiana. We're going to Oxford, Mississippi. We're going to New Orleans, the Big Easy. We're going to Pensacola. That's in March. In April, we're going to Texas, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin. In May, we're going to Salt Lake City and Boise, right? Also, January 30th, here in Los Angeles, I'm doing a Political Vigilante Live. That is at grahamelwood.com. Get your tickets now. It's at the Sycamore Tavern. I'm going to have some very special guests. It's going to be cool. Political Vigilante Live. We're going to do the Political Vigilante game show. Sharia law versus state law. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come out to the shows, you guys. The live shows are great. You meet other progressives in your community. I know it's easy for us to feel isolated and alone when we're progressives, but you're not alone. You're not. You're part of a community. Come out and meet the people in your town, because I saw it happen in Florida. People showed up to the shows alone. They met people. They got involved. Movement for a People's Party was there. DSA was there. It was great. Tim Canova was at our show in Miami. Nico House was there. It was awesome, man. The shows were fantastic. So I want to talk about this article that was in the LA Times about the new California Governor Gavin Newsom, right? He's a Democrat. He didn't have much of a challenge in the primary and then went up against just a paper tiger that the Republicans put up there. And Gavin Newsom is, you know, I'm sure he has aspirations to run for the White House, but he's sort of everything that a rich corporate Democrat is. He's a good-looking rich kid. That's what he is, right? So he proposes healthcare mandate Medi-Cal expansion to more immigrants without legal status by Melody Gutierrez. I read that. I think that's a good thing. I'm glad he's doing that. We should be a helpful society. We should want to help people. We shouldn't be shooting people at the border and tear gassing them and letting children die. We should be helping people. First of all, every American should get free healthcare. We're the richest country in the history of the world, and we should be benevolent. We should help people. Instead of deposing, we go down to Central America, the CIA deposes democratically elected leaders. We back coups and create all this violence and mayhem, and then we act shocked when these people want to come here because we've blown up their country. But I just want to go into detail about who Gavin Newsom is, all right? Because this sounds good, and this will get the base fired up, and this is a good thing. This statement right here, I support it. I support it. Governor Gavin Newsom announced sweeping proposals to tackle the state's healthcare needs shortly after taking office on Monday, outlining a dramatic Medi-Cal expansion that would cover young immigrant adults who are in the U.S. illegally, require that all consumers in the state carry health insurance, and increase subsidies for middle-class families to help those who need it. That sounds all good to me. You know, about a year and a half ago, the state of California was trying to get Medicare for all, for everybody, single-payer healthcare for the whole state. And who killed it? Democrats. Corporate Democrats in the state assembly killed it, including Anthony Rendon and Governor Jerry Brown. So I'm very leery when I read this. This sounds good. This reads well in the LA Times. A lot of liberals read the LA Times. Reads well. On paper, I'm in favor of these things. Every person should have access to quality, affordable health care, Newsom said earlier Monday in his inaugural address. Faraway judges and politicians may try to turn back our progress, but we will never waver in our pursuit of guaranteed health care for all Californians. It doesn't say free health care. It could. Fifth largest economy in the world. Fifth largest economy in the world. We should all have free health care in the state of California. Newsom campaigned on a universal health care platform and has said the issue would be among his top priorities. His announcement on Monday stopped short of the single-payer system demanded by activists that would cover all residents' health care costs. Stopped short. Ba-ba, boom, boom. What is that? How do you interpret that statement? Corporate Democrat. They will always stop short. We all want single-payer health care. Demand, wait. I'll give you lip service. I'll give you some incremental changes that will be better. Characterized as the first step, right? His announcement on Monday stopped short of the single-payer system demanded by activists that would cover all residents' health care costs, but was characterized as the first step down that path. Because why can't you just take the bold step and say everybody gets free health care? Why can't you say that? California would be the first state to cover immigrants without legal status who are younger than 26 through Medi-Cal, the state's health program for people with low incomes. I'm in favor of that. That's good. If you don't want to help low-income people and illegal immigrants, then don't call yourself a Christian. You can't say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, but fuck the poor." You don't get, that's not, Jesus never said that. There's no passage in the New or Old Testament that says, "And Jesus then came down from the mountain and said, 'The poor can sucketh it.'" He didn't say that. California already covers undocumented children until they turn 19, with Newsom's plan increasing the age cutoff to mirror that of the Affordable Care Act, which allows young adults to stay on a parent's health insurance plan until turning 26. A legislative proposal last year pledged the cost of extending Medi-Cal to undocumented immigrants under 26 at $250 million a year. That cost would fall solely to California, despite the mix of federal and state money that typically comprises Medi-Cal funding, because the Affordable Care Act prohibits the use of federal dollars for covering immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally. Cynthia Bouzia, executive director of the California Immigrant Policy Center, called the proposal a historic commitment that takes us one step closer to upholding the vital principle that no human being should suffer or die from a treatable condition, no matter what they look like or where they're born. That's a good thing. I'm in favor of that. Corporate Democrats do some good things, but they always stop short. It's a good thing. Extending it from 19 to 26, we should be able to help people. Representatives for the government's office said requiring people to carry health insurance is central to another proposal to increase financial subsidies for middle-income families. Newsom's budget will propose that the income cap be raised so that individuals earning up to $72,840 and families of four earning up to $150,000 could qualify for lower premiums. And we should. This might seem like a lot of money, but the state of California is a very expensive state. We have sales tax that in some areas, like in Los Angeles County, is upwards of 10%. Gas is at least 50 cents to $1 more. It's an expensive state. But you want to know why we'll never have, with Gavin Newsom as governor, we'll never just have Medicare for all and everyone in California, every resident, every illegal immigrant, everybody. You want to know why? I went to that website that checks what donations they get. Well, look right here. The healthcare industry, $1.6 million. This is Gavin Newsom's uncoded insurance and real estate. Oh, that's why we won't have, that's one of the reasons they voted down that, that law that we were trying to pass in the state of California for like rent control and stuff like that. No. Labor, okay, good. Communications, electronics, telecom industry. General business, lawyers and lobbyists, 2.2 million. 1.6 in unitemized contributions. That seems, look at this. Only $4,000 for defense. $1.6 million. That's what he gets from the healthcare industry. That's why he said, we're going to stop short. Newsom signed an order to create a Surgeon General oversight position in the state and to consolidate pharmaceutical purchases in hopes of lowering drug costs for the state and consumers. Under the current system, Medi-Cal and state agencies separately negotiate prescription drug prices. Under the order, Newsom's office said the state would become the largest single purchaser of prescription drugs. I wonder how cheap they're going to make it. See the corporate Democrats? Overall, some good stuff. I'm for it. But then you look right here, and this is why we'll never get it all the way with the corporate Democrats. Join the movement for a People's Party. Join them. They come out to our shows. They're very organized. They seem to really know what they're doing. It's basically, I believe, it's the Draft Bernie organization that then just said, we're going to go to a People's Party. Thanks for supporting the show, guys. Like, subscribe, go to the Patreon. Watch the ads all the way through in the beginning. Share the videos with your friends and family on your social media. A lot of great ways to support the show. Bitcoin wallet below. Thanks for watching.